Okay, thanks everyone. We've got the birthday boy, John Dobson, and Captain Steven Kitshoff. For your questions in the room first. Yes,
First of all, happy birthday.
Thanks, Ted.
This is just going to talk on Dan, today's performance, just on defense. He managed to get you guys momentum and push on them with defense and on attack, and the try assist as well. Just going to just talk on his performance today.
Yeah, he did really well. He was battling an ankle injury from quite early in the first half, but he's playing good rugby this season. It's pretty much the same performance we get from him every week. Really, really good. Yeah.
How about you think you left a lot of chances out there? I mean, besides the kicking the team, I think they conceded 7 penalties in a row inside of half time. I mean, he didn't really put it away.
Yeah, that's spot on, Craig. I mean, I thought those last 10 minutes before half time, I know we eventually got a try. We had them on the ropes and we just kept letting them off. We lost 2 lineouts towards the end of that first half, and we could see them sitting down. And I mean, look, eventually we got the try. And I thought if we got that penalty just after half time, to have got 10 points in the space of 3 playing minutes or 2 playing minutes would have been brilliant. And then we go and we get 2 5-meter lineouts and we end up not converting. So you're right, that period killed us. I think we had them absolutely on the ropes there at the start of the second half. We just let it off.
Even on the field, does it suck energy from you when you so dominant but not on the score?
No, 100%. I think probably our best 20 minutes of the game was that just before halftime and just after halftime, and actually just keep coming away with 7 points. It's quite draining because the guys have worked so hard to get into those positions and actually apply the pressure. It's tough. After a couple of penalties, you expect a yellow card, but it just didn't happen, and they got away with a turnover there towards the end. So yeah, it does drain you and almost feels like you're going nowhere. But I must say credit to the guys. They did keep on fighting, but a couple of decisions went against us and a couple of mistakes from our side cost us this game.
Davo, just Craig spoke about the missed opportunities and particular faults or conversions or penalties. This money level, was there even time you guys that maybe thought of sort of kicking activities to David Williamson? Because I mean, clearly see money had a bit of off time.
Yeah, I think
any signal from you or anyone that time, maybe that, just to have a second keeper.
Right, to be honest, it didn't cross my mind. I think when we played that quarterfinal, that semi-final against Ulster, Marnie missed a few kicks and he slots the one from the corner. That's the thing with Marnie. He was always looking forward, so he could come right at any time. So no, I think of that.
And then just on Dion Puri, guys missed him now. I mean, he's obviously your Jackal or your coach. I mean, we missed him quite a lot today. I think he would slow down opposition ball. You feel that he was quite missed.
Yeah, I think we probably missed him for some reason. My gut feeling is we missed him more last week. I thought Billy caused a lot of, got in the way and got stuck into their breakdown quite nicely. Yeah, I mean, Jack is part of our game model. With him and Nama injured, we're missing them a lot. But I thought, other than the one starter, when they got round us off a lineup, they didn't score. And then I thought defensively we actually defended well, and they got tighter and tighter, and we got under less and less pressure. I think what was a concern probably across both games today was our maul defense. That was really, really poor, and that cost us literally the Currie Cup game and this game. It was probably my major concern.
But we'll see, as it stands, you guys are 1 point behind Ulster. How important will that Benetton game be, or if everything goes according to plan in the playoffs, or potential home season?
No, very, very important. I think that probably the major thing is Edinburgh needs to do us a favour. But it's in our hands. We need a very good win in Stellenbosch. So it's going to be a short turnaround for us, Monday, Tuesday prep. We play on Friday. So, yeah, we need to do a big job on Friday. And I think the guys realise it. Guys will be licking their wounds in the next 24 hours. And then when it comes to Monday's training, guys must be fired up and ready to tackle the week.
Steve, what do you say to Marnie after this game? Do you think this will impact and confidence in you?
It's difficult, Steve, to be honest. I think he knows it's his job. My job is to scrum and set mauls. His job is to kick to post. So it's difficult to actually just try and maybe boost his confidence, ask him to work a bit harder with Gareth and almost try and sort out and find a solution for his kicking. But to actually hammer down onto him is probably not the right call. That might damage his confidence even further. So, yes, there was a bad day at kicking to post, but he's a hard worker and he's got a massive work rate and a good work ethic. So I truly believe he'll have a hard look in the mirror and actually try and fix it, especially for the last couple of games of the season.
Steven, the kick for the actually went from the field, were you?
No.
No. Okay, but anyway, the kick for post is right at the end, 2 minutes to go. Were you at that stage? I just what I want to find out from you is whether whether you guys saw significance in the bonus point, or whether that kick was aimed at raising the flags and then still trying to win the game.
Yeah, I think it was all about winning the game. So that kick would, I wasn't on the field at the moment, but just the chat afterwards was to actually come into a 6-point deficit and try and win the game from there. So, yeah, I don't think the guys thought about the bonus point at that stage. It was all about going for the victory, and that's just, I think, the character of the team. They never stop fighting and try and get a win, but no matter what. So, yeah, it's tough, and leaders need to make tough decisions, especially when it comes to those dying moments of the game. And if it's the right call or not, you never know. But yeah, luckily we still came away with two bonus points.
Yeah, just on that late run out try, that could be quite significant in terms of the race for second place. I mean, at one stage you're looking at getting
0. Yeah, we had to win today. I think that's the bottom line, and that's what's so disappointing. Obviously, probably for we're proud of that record, but maybe that bogey off our back. But just in terms of that home semi, which is so important, and getting a nicer quarter draw, to rely on Edinburgh now. I don't think those 2 points are going to make a difference, to be honest. I think what would happen is that if Ulster can win, not score bonus point, and we beat Benetton by 4, and then you're going down a rabbit hole. We just got to do as best we can on Friday and play whoever we play in the quarter. Look, we got a home quarter final and we won the SA Shield, but it's just a bit disappointing that we were so close to potentially hosting a home semi. But I can tell you, whoever we play in the quarter final, it's going to be a tough game. There are going to be some interesting teams around the one playing 8 might be Leinster playing whoever they play. That might be viewed as a slightly easier game, but I think when you start getting 4 versus 5 and 3 versus 6, they're going to be some tough games there.
So you probably, I know you hate making excuses, so you're not going to grab at this one. But they've got Champions Cup, if I'm right, in between the end of the competition and at the end of the league. I mean, there's a Champions Cup round between the final game
and the quarterfinal.
And you said that it would be interesting going into the quarterfinals. I mean, I know you're not going to want to use the travel as an excuse, but you guys have taken a little bit of time in the air. I mean, that 2 weeks, regardless of who you play, it must be like gold to you, just because.
It's important for us. It is important for us from that point of view to go. You can't play at this level with 2 training days a week, like we've had the last couple of weeks. I think that's where you miss detail like maul defense and stuff like that. And it's also going to be really important for a couple of guys. Zassi back, Dion Ferry back. That's really important that we've got that extra week. I think if we've been going on I'm very frustrated about today. That's the full stop, because I really wanted to be in position to host a home semi-final again 2 years in a row. But, and look, it could still happen, but I think I'm very grateful we're not going to La Rochelle in the thing via Doha and Mogadishu and all that. Because I think then we would really be in trouble in the quarterfinal. So it does give us a chance. I think Dion, Zassi, there's somebody else back is going to really, and we've got no sort of serious injuries today. Maybe we could get through Benetton and then we should be in a really good position to play well in the quarterfinal.
It's like reset for the final series.
Yeah, 100% did right. Yeah.
Dobson, I know I always ask about the halftime chat, but you guys obviously had momentum, had played well the last 10 minutes in the first half, momentum through to halftime. The score was 12-all. What is halftime chat? Because you came out, you looked very angry, and obviously they scored 2 Sean, I mean, what was
No, look, I think we started the second half well. I was worried about at half time because I thought they could get their breath back literally because they looked absolutely gone for the last 10 minutes of the first half. And we were pushing tempo and they were sitting down. I know Steve was in the ref's ear about keeping them up, and I don't know when John Klein's cut was it in the second half? Yeah, same picture was emerged in the second half. But no, the message at halftime, I just felt that we'd keep denting at them, keep the tempo and intensity because I've made them sit down. I knew halftime we gave them a chance to reset. And that's why I was so thrilled with the start of our second half because there was a time when they'd come back at us and we actually were all over them at those first 10 minutes. Their main message was around the breakdown. I thought they were messing the breakdown up quite well. They were sort of handsing, counter-racking, all that sort of stuff was to be more physical and direct there. But the main message was tempo and intensity. So they start getting tired, start sitting down again. And we got that right. Just we let it, I don't know, I can't explain. It was let them right back in on the 20 minutes into the second half.
Robert, there's team warnings, pardon my lack of knowledge here, but do they carry over from the end of the first half to the beginning of the second half?
Supposed to, but
Yeah, look, in theory, yeah. And he did mention it. He did mention on the field. He said, but look, it's got no impact on the result, but to have Marnie under the posts with the guy holding the ball, Marnie's tapping to try and take it on a penalty advantage. I can't think of something more cynical than that. I really can't. I mean, Marnie's trying to pull the ball out of a breakdown under the poles and trying to knock their hands away, and it just comes back for a penalty in the warning. That's what it was. Yeah, I think it definitely was a case for a card, but
Is there a penalty advantage that wasn't?
I thought so, but I think he's saying to the maul in the second half. I thought his arm was out. And I don't know if he forgot or he was saying to Dan Duke, don't join, which I don't think made sense because I thought we'd moved forward enough for Dan to be allowed to join. So I have to go and look at that.
yeah, so
We missed it.
But do you feel that last week you lost and this week also now, do you feel that could be a blessing to you guys? I mean, you guys will be more motivated now.
Today's a major disappointment. It's not a blessing. We want to host a semi-final here. We know from just our recent experience in the Heineken Cup, how tough some of those big teams are away from home. It's hard to see a silver lining on today other than there's no injuries.
And also, Fortress obviously giving us that. I mean, it's 21 to my correct me, but I mean that must be a real psychological.
Yeah, that was going to go at some stage. It's probably nice to get. It was.
Yeah.
Just that's go and can't go. It couldn't go forever. And so it wasn't a big thing for us as a team. I think our main thing is to try and make Cape Town smile and try and stay at home. And that's, I say, it's a hell of a disappointment for the people of Cape Town who come and support us. We're getting for a new competition. We're getting 20,000 for a normal league game. We just wanted to provide the occasion of a semi-final. Look, the semi-final, you've always got to win your quarter-final anyway. So.
Yeah.
And same of so it's Ulster host. They've got to play some other tough team, and we never know. No, I just wanted it to be in our own hands. So really, I feel like almost apologising. It wasn't our. I don't think I said to the team afterwards. The effort was there, but there was just something that wasn't there. I'm not quite sure what it was, whether it's accuracy or something. Because you can't fault our effort, and you can't fault our character, and the way we fought. I mean, you've seen it enough. You guys have seen enough over the last 18 months. So that bonus point try. Normally, it's for us to get the bonus points. The game's already won. But that's very Stormers. But there was just something missing in that sort of back 10, 15 minutes of the second half, which is very disappointing given the importance of the game. I'm not too worried about the home record. The home semi-final is very important to us.
Yourself personally, obviously we missed the Currie Cup presser. So I'll just put all this into one. But you yourself personally as a coach, losing 2 games, probably doesn't feel great. One day.
The worst birthday of my life. I don't know where my bike got stolen, but no, it was actually the Currie Cup performance against the Cheetahs team. They've just been to Toulon with very much our junior team. I think there was a lot to be cheerful about. As I said, all defense across both teams worried me. We probably made a few mistakes, like going for the drop and that sort of thing in the Currie Cup. Missed a penalty, which could have got us the lead right towards the end. So, but I think there was a lot to be proud of in that thing. With a second team against the Cheetahs, good effort. But what a great day for us all.
weekend and in a row with the guard space, we had to scramble again to top on to cover the, no, last week you said too little double hits that stopped the guys. What do you think created the space this time around?
Yeah, look, I stand under correction. Like, I think it was one that got run us really easily off a line-out starter in the second half. And that was the only, I didn't feel like they were getting those bridge passes. Did you, Steve, like last week? I actually thought they got quite narrow in defense and reasonably easy to defend. I didn't feel like last. There was one that was much too easy. But I don't think the ball felt too. I was seeing you on the field. It didn't feel like last week, did it?
No. Like last week, it felt like chasing shadows.
Yeah.
This week is like in control. Like it is difficult because we got such a press off the line with our defense. If they get a pass away, then there's always going to be a number down. So then it feels like they're getting around the edge, but they're not really making like any yards. Wherever the advantage line is, that's where the guy makes a tackle again. So we're just running straight across the field. No real momentum gain, or it looks amazing, but no real loss for us defensively, yards wise. It looks good, but defensively we're still set.
Just on that, not to blame it on him, but Siamelo covers his side quite well in terms of, but mostly that happens on Suleiman's side. Is that's just a bit of inexperience coming in? Because he also knows how to.
Yeah, look, I think you've got a 19-year-old out there on the wing at this level. It's a journey, as the trendy saying is, and we have got some issues there on that side. But you're not going to get. Sibilla's 30 years old. He's 19. Exceptional prospect for South African rugby. So we'll keep persevering with him. But I think there's some nuances. It's not easy, I must say. You've got to make those reads. Our defense system. If we were a simple sort of shift across or hold system, it's much easier for him. But it's probably one of the 13 and wing in our system is a really, and that just kind of come with experience. I think you're right to identify it, but I don't think he's doing badly. But he's not because he just hasn't got Sibilla's experience. But I think this kid's going to be one of the outstanding 13s in South African rugby for years to come. But so we've got to pay a bit of rent now. I don't mean that horribly.
Cool. One more thing. On the visual, Benjamin Dixon, he's had 2 good games. Must be really happy with the flank. I mean, the transition from lock to flank. I mean, he's been quite colossal in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's had a good season. I'm very happy with where he's. Nice to have Evan back. But PJ has done great.
But just to go back to Prophet, because I haven't watched that much of the American games. That was the first time I watched it live. And when you, at the start of the season, you said one of the reasons you were coaching it was to bring like a synergy of sort of the playing style. Are you happy with the way that aspect is going? I mean, I know you haven't been there for some of the games as well. So
I think there's one. I missed what's the Griffins one last week? The derby. We were there as they were missed on the border. And I think some of the stuff I saw today was, I think the traits are pretty similar. We obviously don't have quite the same scrum power that we have there, but in terms of the kicking game, the sort of DNA, that stuff, as I said, like the more defensive problem across both teams today. So I'm happy the way it's nice that the Rito's the same coach is coaching the Currie Cup pack. Norman's defense systems being implemented properly. That was the idea. So that side, it's working really, really well. Obviously, on a day when you played 2 and lost 2, it's not feeling so good. Look, I think it's a good push together. I think Munster, they were desperate and they're a good team. I mean, there's some quality players desperate with a very, very proud tradition who fought really well. That's a sort of scrapping performance that sometimes we take, where you have the opposition dominating you and then they start the way. I spoke to Graham now, the way they stayed in the fight, he was very proud of, So it was a good scrapping, great away win for Munster. I think they deserve lots of credit for that performance,
But at the same time, it was what I was talking to you earlier on about resetting for the final series. They had 2 weeks of
they did it, yeah. So that's what that is, yeah.
Sorry to drag this on, Stephen, quickly, just from a Springbok cap on. Nice to see you actually Snowman out doing well. I mean, it's pretty impressive performance from the stand. It's been pretty impressive from our coach.
No, he's just a quality player, and I think it's like getting that game fitness back and that confidence back that we used to back in 2019, 2020. So Yeah, I'm chuffed for RG, and I think he's really knocking hard onto getting a possible call back into the Springbok side.
Nick, probably when your teammate, you love it, but it's got that need to get under your skin with that smile of you. And he did it quite a lot.
Yeah, it's irritating today.
You didn't go away.
Yeah, he's my mate, but today was, I didn't like him more.
Well, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.